K-Pop Demon Hunters continues to take over the world as it's now the most watched Netflix movie in the history of the platform since its release just a few months ago, and that soundtrack still hasn't stopped playing in my household at all hours of the day. At this point, a sequel feels inevitable, and it's bound to be even bigger and better than the first film, so let's dive into the 6 questions we need answered in the next installment. Starting off with the question that's on everybody's mind, and rightfully so, is will Jinu find a way to somehow return in the next chapter of this saga? Obviously, we saw him sacrifice himself and give Rumi his soul, which helped her to level up and wield that bonkers-looking spirit sword at the end of the film. But I actually think a piece of him is still alive inside that weapon. Maybe Rumi can still communicate with him, or she'll be looking for a way to free him from the sword. I don't see the story trying to cure him of his demon side. That would kind of go against the movie's core theme, that your scars don't define you and you shouldn't keep them hidden. But whether it's through Rumi or something more sinister with the surviving Saja boys, you can bet Netflix is absolutely scrambling to find a way to bring this guy back after he became such a huge fan favorite. What do you think? Is Jinu seriously gone for good, or is he hiding in that sword? Hit me with all the theories you have. I'm in denial over here, man. Another topic that definitely needs to be explored is who is Rumi's father? We get thrown right into the deep end when we see young Rumi with demon patterns and learn that her father was actually a demon. So how the heck did that happen? We know her mother was a hunter before her, so she fell in love with the very thing she was supposed to destroy. How did she not know that? Were they actually in love? Did he trick her somehow? This storyline has major potential because if her father is still alive, he could end up becoming a key villain, forcing Rumi to face both her heritage and let us see more of the demon realm at the same time. The next question is, how is the story realistically going to expand? All of the events of K-Pop Demon Hunters takes place within South Korea, so I bet we're going to find out who is out there protecting the rest of the world and keeping the demon realm at bay. If the story gets bigger, we might see a hunter team from another country join forces with Huntrix to keep the next threat in the underworld, or maybe we'll find out there's an entire network of hunters our trio didn't even know about. Either way, this sequel has a chance to expand the world building and set the stage for a bunch of new characters to get tossed into the mix. Something else I'm wondering about is what actually goes into the training of being a hunter. We got a quick flashback of Celine and the trio as kids, but I want to see the real process. Are hunters chosen at birth? Is there a bloodline aspect to it? Do they have to pass a bunch of brutal trials? This could honestly even be its own spin-off series showing a day in the life of hunters in training. But in the meantime, just give me some cool sequences of the girls putting in the work to become the demon fighting machines we already know them as. And piggybacking off of that a little bit, how much backstory can we expect to be getting for the other members of the Huntrix group? Rumi's story obviously took the spotlight in the first film, but the creators have said that they went ahead and built extensive backstories for the others and even created scenes for them in the initial cut of the movie. The problem? There just wasn't enough room to include all of that in a 90-minute feature, which means the sequel has the perfect chance to finally let Mira and Zoe really strut their stuff. Who are they really? What struggles shaped them? Tons of fans want answers, and I think we're eventually going to get them. Another question we need answered is, will Rumi now be able to harness her demon powers? You'd think she deserves some kind of a permanent upgrade after what she went through going up against Guima. The Saja boys showed us how wild simply just having demon powers can be, and I've got a feeling Rumi will start embracing that part of herself now that she's done hiding. But I mean, she summoned a massive curved blade to cut the Demon King in half, then combined with the rest of the trio to absolutely blow him to smithereens. Whether it was soul power or demon power, a killer final move like that needs more exploration. It's safe to assume that a hunter that's also part demon is incredibly rare, and that she might be the first one of her kind, so honing those skills is gonna be a pretty difficult task. Who knows, maybe even Jinu will have to be the one to show her the ropes. So there you have it, the 6 biggest questions we need answered in the next K-Pop Demon Hunters movie. Which of these is number 1 on your list, or do you have a theory that I didn't even mention? Let me know in the comments, and hey, this sequel is gonna be massive. I'll be covering every update for it along the way, so do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys at the next one.